Hi, my name is Deborah Parker. My Indian name is Tsitsayotsa. I'm an enrolled member of the Tulalip tribes in the state of Washington. And I guess for my friend Robert here, who's
pissed off about not being enrolled or not member of official Indian community.
Not an official. I'm just blown away by.
Well, we have people advocating for our urban Indians. Meaning, remember when they had the Tacoma Dome thing? When they get out the Indian vote? Well, they had Tulalips up.
Can we pause it for a minute?
Okay, we're here at the NCI meeting, National Congress of American Indians, in Denver, Colorado. And I'm here interviewing people about our Indian identity. And I want to talk about our own experiences of having relatives who aren't enrolled. Because I'm one of the relatives that isn't enrolled. And I want to advocate for us as a person from the outside that we need to get together. And so we could be a very strong political force. We don't have to be recognized by signing the treaty, you know. So I want to identify this population where we're not culturally or do blood quantums. It's a slow genocide, like a slow suicide of our own people, our own kids. So we all say we're the people that are leading our countries, our native country, Indian country, are saying we think 7 generations. Well, we're not. If we're not allowing our own kids to be a part of our communities. So I just want to ask Deb here about people that she knows that have the same experience that I have.
Yeah, well, first of all, I just found out today, Robert, that you're not enrolled, and I've known you for around 20 years, and that shocks me because to me, you are what you represent Native America by the way you walk, by the way you talk, your artwork, by the way you present yourself, that how giving you are, many things beyond words tell me that you represent Native America. You represent the indigenous lands of our people. So when you tell me you're not enrolled, I think that shocks me, and that saddens me because I know that our forefathers, your grandfathers, your relatives, my relatives who all fought, and I'm from the Tulalip tribes, our grandfathers who fought to preserve our lands, to make sure that their generations beyond had healthcare, education, and it makes me sad that I'm one that receives that and you don't, because.
Well, how would you say that you preserved it by signing that treaty? What if somebody didn't sign the treaty? So?
Well, and we have that on our own reservation in Tulalip tribes. We have people who didn't sign the treaty. We have people who did not move on to the reservation.
So they need to be recognized as part of a native community. They can't be not recognized because they didn't sign the paper with the government.
Yeah, and I agree. And there are some who had their relatives who signed, but they chose, as my grandmother did, she chose to live, we're Snohomish people, she lived on the mouth of the Snohomish River. She didn't move on to the Tulalip reservation until later on in her life. But she said she's from the Snohomish River area, she didn't move. So it was difficult for my father and other relatives to become enrolled because of my uncles and my grandfathers. They all decided that fishing, being out on the water, those things were important to them. That's what meant to be an Indian to them. So some of them are not enrolled right now. Some of them are not recognized. And to me, when I look at my cousin who has strong ties to me and my family and my children, they're not recognized. That's not right to me. That is not right. My own mother, who's my grandfather, who's a full-blood Apache, Yaqui Apache man, he was never recognized because of, a long history of oppression.
So right now, what I'm advocating for is, I don't want them to think that there are this group of people that's now disenfranchised wants to take any education benefits or any health benefits from them. We can form a group similar to the Chicano group or the blacks themselves that are not, you know, categorized or have blood quantums to prove. We can self-identify and form a group that has our own community power.
But do you self-identify already though, right? I mean, you are.
Yeah, but we don't get together.
It doesn't take away who you are as, it doesn't, the government
but we don't have nobody
you.
Advocating for us. Does NCI member tribes advocate for me? No, I can't vote for that tribal government. It doesn't advocate for me. Now we go in the city when they're planning getting funding for urban monies, they use me, my kids, and relatives that aren't enrolled as a number, but I don't have a voice. They're the ones, we're the poor Indians, we're like refugees in our own country, defined by our own people. That hurts.
Yeah.
Makes me pissed off, so I'm sorry I sound that way.
No,
So what do you think?
You shouldn't be sorry. Well, I think you brought out an issue that maybe I just wasn't aware of, or I had to
Well, we get
in
any kind of construct when you have a community and you have somebody that's in power that could give you something. Okay, it probably has a little bit of time. You buy into being a member of this club, this one that's allocating resources, land, water rights, money, rations for us natives, and restricted. Hey, Teresa, I'll see what's up. And then so at that time, we bought into it. So anybody that signed that treaty, any of my relatives that signed the treaty, now they're official. So and the rest of them aren't official. So I think if we're thinking 7 generations out, we need to account for them. And that political base can elect more representatives. Sometimes we might not vote necessarily on racial boundaries, but the plight of our histories are similar, so we'd probably support each other. I'm not for making this group to take away from the treaty